Hello and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This will be a documentation of my platinum trophy hunting journey for some of my favourite games as well as some hard ones too. I decided that a great place to begin is Astro's Playroom. Now if you've been living under a rock since 2020 and haven't heard of this game, it is a free game that comes automatically installed on your PS5. It was designed by PlayStation to showcase all of the mechanics available on their newest gaming system. You firstly load into CPU Plaza, which has 4 explorable areas. My starting point was to head straight to GPU Jungle to get the trophies for clearing the first level and collecting all of the artifacts and puzzle pieces. Of course, the first trophy was pretty easy. After dunking on these red Goombas, you need to unlock the secret door by blowing into your controller and then pulling these exposed cables to collect the Pierce Move Motion Controller artifact and first trophy of in mint condition. Not long after, I had a little bit of a skill issue here. It turns out that you need to power up your attack to spin the flower. I eventually figure it out and climb up the futuristic looking flower and parkour through the treetops to find the first puzzle piece and net the second trophy of 1 down, lots more to go. So pretty easy so far. Eventually, Astro gets the chimp suit. Controlling this suit was kind of fun, kind of annoying, but I made my way through the section and picked up 2 artifacts and a few puzzle pieces. As it turns out, in each section of the level, there is 4 puzzle pieces and 2 artifacts to collect, but I didn't find this out until I got a prompt to pull up the minimap. Now that I've discovered there's a minimap, I went back to the render forest to search for the 2 puzzle pieces that I'd missed. This one was a little bit sneaky. You have to grab this power cell, then turn around and launch it at the target to unlock the puzzle piece. The second was even more sneaky. I must have walked past this about 4 times, but it turns out it's just hiding below the jump pad. I thought I'd take the opportunity to grab the trophy for falling down 99 metres. Before grabbing the last 2 puzzle pieces, it was time to channel my inner Hawkeye in Ray Trace Ruins. You get a trophy for deflecting one of the green blob's spit attacks with an arrow. After defeating the mini-boss, you jump onto the tightrope and shoot a target to reveal the puzzle piece. The final stage of this level was getting back into the chimp suit to climb Mount Motherboard. And after finding the 16th puzzle piece in GPU Jungle, you're rewarded with the Found Legacy trophy. The final 3 trophies up for grabs in GPU Jungle are found at the very end of the level. There are 8 rabbits hiding on the rocks. You can snipe with the bow and arrow to unlock the Adequate Boy trophy. The final 2 trophies, Greatness Awaits and Charted, are unlocked when you complete the level. You pull the exposed wire and you collect the PS4 artifact, which pops the trophies, and that's GPU Jungle done. Every time you find an artifact, it is presented in the PlayStation Labo, and all of the puzzle pieces that you collect are put into a wall mural upon your return from a mission. There's also a mixture of 60 artifacts and puzzle pieces to pull out of the gacha machine, which will get you a couple of trophies, one for collecting the first one and another for collecting all 60. For the next set of trophies, I went to Cooling Springs, where you begin in Bot Beach. Again, there are 4 puzzle pieces and 2 artifacts to collect here, which are all quite easy to find. You'll notice I accidentally got the Helldiver trophy here. There's actually a few little trophies like that, and I went back later to grab them. It is the same layout for the rest of the levels as GPU Jungle, 4 sections, 4 puzzle pieces and 2 artifacts per section, with the final artifact as you leave. There are also a couple of collectibles to find in the lobby area, so I made sure to pick them up after finishing Cooling Springs. So, just a little bit about this channel. I've been a fan of video games for as long as I can remember. I first found out about Platinum Trophies in May 2023, when I accidentally got all of the trophies for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Looking at it on my game list and seeing the 100% completion was just satisfying to me. My normal person job involves a lot of documenting and record keeping, so it's kind of ingrained into me to keep things neat and have a trail to look back on. On my first account, I obtained 31 platinums, ranging from LEGO games to Resident Evil games. Maybe I have mild OCD, but when I was looking through my trophy list one day, I saw that EA were taking down the FIFA 22 servers, so I thought to myself that I should platinum it before it becomes unobtainable. I did the Ultimate Team trophies, only to find out that EA had already turned off the Volta servers. I also felt like I forgot about some of the older Platinum journeys, so through a bit of EA rage and inspiration, I thought it would be a nice idea to document a new journey on a new account. The aim here is to have a nice, clean list of my favourite games and hardest Platinum trophies and be able to document it. And who knows, maybe someone out there will enjoy watching the journey as well. Now we find ourselves in SSD Speedway. I had a real skill issue here. At the top of this tower there's a puzzle piece, which is only accessible with the glider. I just could not manage to land on the top. You'll see it took me 4 attempts to actually land on the thing. The final stage of SSD Speedway is a rocket ship section, which I actually rated quite a lot. You have to fight this boss by dodging the laser beam and igniting the dynamite with your rocket flames when they appear. You then fly straight up and collect the PlayStation 2 artifact and the Emotion Engine and Welcome to the Third Place trophies. After finishing all 4 levels, you can head to the depths of the CPU Plaza to find a crowd of bots looking at the 5th area. You have now unlocked the 1994 throwback level. This is just an homage to where PlayStation began, and you have to fight the Demo 1 T-Rex. He's not that serious, to be fair. You just dodge his spinning PS1 discs, the tail attacks and the bite attacks, and you eventually get the opportunity to hit his eye. You do this with each eye, and that's the end of him. Or not. He then reappears looking all fancy. He now has a few extra attacks, namely being able to launch rockets from his mouth and his eye lasers. However, this is ultimately his downfall. After a missed charge up laser beam, the ground opens and reveals a throwable trophy which you can launch straight into his eye. After beating him up with punches to the eyeball, he gets knocked out and you can pull his tongue back and use it against the dinosaur. This completes the final level of Astro's Playroom. There's a few more artifacts to collect before returning to the PlayStation Labo. After the boss fight, you can collect the Pulse 3D headset, the HD camera, DualSense controller, and lastly the PS5 itself. Now that all the main levels are completed, I jumped onto the gacha machine to get Dude Raider for collecting the remaining artifacts and a Grand Tour for collecting all of the puzzle pieces, as well as for the players, which is for collecting a secret gacha. Now that the endgame is in sight, it was time to do the DLC trophies that were added to the game in August of 2024. You can revisit each of the 4 levels to rescue a special bot. I started with GPU Jungle. You have to head over to the hidden clock up in the treetops where I found the first puzzle piece. Set the date to the 24th of November 2015, which was Bloodborne's DLC release date, and Lady Maria is freed. Then it was off to Memory Meadow for Peepo Monkey. You must collect a banana from the top of the mountain and head over to him and copy his dance moves. It was a bit of trial and error, but after completing this, he is released as well. Next up was SSD Speedway. I had to watch a guide for this one because I didn't actually know you could get up here. But you have to collect a minigun and head over to this coin laying on the ground and have one of the green enemies projectiles hit you, so that you respawn back at the gun and Celine from Returnal is rescued. The final special bot is in Cooling Springs. I actually have no idea who the special bot here is supposed to be, so if you know, feel free to drop a comment below. This was probably the most involved of the 4. You have to stand on certain starfish in a specific order before doing a sort of racetrack around the minimap. After that, the last special bot is rescued and you can collect the final 2 trophies for this DLC, which are the Grand Tourist and For the Players. Before cleaning up the last trophy for the Platinum, there's another DLC trophy list for speedrunning the game. You must head to Network Speedrun and get a total time of under 7 minutes across the 8 levels available, which is an average of 52 seconds per level. Obviously, I have sped this footage up a little, but what do you think? Do I get it? finished the final speedrun level and actually managed to get a total time of sub 7 minutes. So now that I've got Run Astro Run, it's time for the final trophy requirement needed for the 100% completion of Astro's Playroom. I purposefully left Disc Swap for last. It's probably one of the easiest missed trophies. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have enjoyed it or found it at all interesting, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I have got a list of games in mind that I want to play and get the platinum for, but if you feel there's a game that you would like me to check out, just leave a comment and that's all for now.